Hey everybody, how are you today? Hope you're doing well. So do me a favor before we get started. I need for you to hit this like button. If you are not a subscriber, I need for you to hit the subscribe button and notification bell next to it so that you won't miss an episode. So there is a rally taking place soon, and there will be a link at the bottom. What I need for you to do is click on this link, click on the link, and then scroll all the way to the bottom of the page. You'll see the word petition. Click on that word petition and sign it. It will take 2 minutes of your time. Look for the petition created by the name Ann Baker and sign that. There's something very serious that is going on behind closed doors, and I would like for you to know about it. So click on that link, scroll all the way to the bottom, sign the petition. All right. So today we're going to talk about what is going on with Navy Federal. You probably already heard of this before, but I am seeing an article again. And so I just like to briefly go over what's happening with Navy Federal Credit Union. So CNN has decided to do an investigation on them, Navy Federal Credit Union. They are finding racial disparities in lending practices. Surprise, surprise. So, back in history, there was redlining. So, if you lived in this area, you could get a loan for a house. But if you lived in this area, you could not get a loan for a house. So, that was called redlining back in history. So, redlining is still here as of today, right? So, this is one example. So, CNN, they decided to investigate Navy Federal Credit Union. There are 10 senators, all 10 of them are Democratic. Um, 10 senators, they asked to investigate Navy Federal Credit Union. There are also 40 members of the Congressional Black Caucus. They sent a letter to Navy Federal requesting to meet with the credit union's CEO. So, what happened with Navy Federal is it's discovered that they approved more than 75% of white applicants, less than 50% of Black applicants. So they approved more than 70% of white applicants and less than 50% of Black applicants. This is taking into consideration income, debt to income ratio, property value, and down payment. So, according to the analysis, Blacks and Latinos were denied lending at much higher rates, higher than the national average. So the credit union, on the other hand, their argument is that they did not take account credit scores, available cash, or relationship with the lender. So, according to this CNN report, the gap in home ownership based on race is wider than it has ever been today than decades ago. So the gap in home ownership between the racial groups is wider today than it was decades ago. So there are two class action lawsuits against Navy Federal by Black applicants. Two class action lawsuits against Navy Federal by Black applicants. So, this is what's going on with Navy Federal Credit Union. They are picking and choosing who they're going to lend to for mortgages. The end result of that is that some people are not being able to get the mortgage that they desire. And as you know, buying homes is associated with wealth. So this just goes to show you how close of an association it is with your property and wealth. The two go together. So you get wealth. There's various ways to get wealth, but the most stable way to get wealth is by just continuing to buy property. And so when you're denied loans, this is affecting wealth creation, right? It's affecting home ownership. It's also affecting wealth creation. So this is still happening today, and it's been happening in the past. In the past, it was termed redlining. So redlining is still here. So if you think about some of the lending institutions out here, there are a lot of institutions out here that will gladly deny you. Think of Chase Bank. Are they going to go after Chase Bank next? So Navy Federal is nothing special, right? There are a lot of lenders out here that are doing this. So I just think that it's interesting. CNN is investigating them. Redlining is still here. However, I would like for you to know that you can still do this. You can still accomplish wealth, even though we still have discrimination. So discrimination is alive and well, right? So this is no secret what's happening here. It's no secret. And I applaud the people who are doing the class action lawsuits, right? So what I would encourage you to do, if you desire to build wealth, look at the people who have already done it. There are people out here who have already done it, right? And they're African American. They've already done it. So if they did it, you can do it too. And what I would encourage you to do is keep applying. Go to different places and keep applying. So I interview people on the show. I interviewed a guy who he got rejected 19 times before someone said yes. So ordinarily you wouldn't think that you would keep applying that many times. You would think maybe you apply once or twice and maybe it's just not in the cards for you. But the guy interviewed, he went to 19 different places before he got a yes. And but I would encourage you to do is just keep applying at different places and also keep fighting, like the lawsuits. Um, that's great. That's a great way to fight with lawsuits. Keep applying, keep fighting. Look at the people who have already done it. And if you're watching me and you've already done it, what I would encourage you to do is to reach back and help somebody else, right? I think you're like a little bit way too secretive, way too secretive. So reach back and help somebody. Like everything is not about selling a course. Um, actually help somebody, right? So think about that. If you're already there, you already did it, and you're watching me for whatever reason, that's my message to you is help somebody else. And it is not always about selling a course to the person, right? So the people who are on your journey to building wealth, again, I would encourage you, as far as these lenders go, just keep going to different lenders. The bank is not where you go, right? The bank is not where you go. So keep going to different places till you get a yes. Like I said, I interviewed a guy. He went to 19 places before he got a yes. So keep going and keep fighting and know that it can be done because there are other people out here who already did it. They're just not sharing the information as you may notice, right? Okay, so Do me a favor before you leave. I need for you to hit the like button, of course, but more importantly, I need for you to click the link below. When you get to the page, scroll all the way to the bottom, you'll see the word petitions. Sign on that petition. In particular, look for the name Ann Baker and sign that petition. There is something very serious going on, and I want you to know about it. All right? Thank you for signing the petition. Thank you for hitting the like button, and thank you for watching. All right, have a good night. Stay encouraged, people. Keep going. Bye for now.